I started my store for the love of my child. My eldest, Eric, he was 4 years old, and he had a severe speech delay, but I didn't realize it for a long time. We went to a speech therapist, and I watched her playing games with him, and she would be like, "Oh, he loves this game, take it home." So I'd bring the games home, and he would just ignore me. Around this time period, we went to a big gaming convention, and they had these really amazing games focused on critical thinking. So I brought them home, and it was like unlocking his brain. He dove into them head first. He tried all of them. He wanted to play them with his sister. The teachers noticed, and the speech therapist noticed, and the psychologist noticed. And they were all like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Fast forward 5 years later, I'm still doing this. My husband says, "You should open a business." And it takes about a year. And I started my store in 2006, the GameBoard in the little town of Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
We go away for Labor Day weekend and we stop at your store. And my parents, having not been to your store, first of all, my mom was like, "This place is really nice. There's light, there's windows, it's not dusty." And then it was so cute. My dad picked up a funny little dice game and loved it. You know, there's something for everybody. I've been there when there's an 8-year-old and a 7-year-old sitting there playing with the chief of police. We're playing games that are working on our communication skills, working on our team building, working on our critical thinking, and we're laughing and having a good time.
We work with people with autism through Alzheimer's. We have such an age range from 4 to 90s.
Yeah.
We see that board games are the vehicle that you can use to transcend so many different worlds. I had a husband and wife, and she was nonverbal in late stage dementia, and all she was doing was singing. He was concerned because he's like, "I don't think she knows her colors and her numbers." And as dementia progresses, you lose your numbers, you lose your colors. So there's a game called Thumbs Up, and she's putting the color rings on his thumb. So that meant not only was she trying to find the colors, but she was engaging physical touch with him, which late stage dementia, sometimes they don't want to be touched or they don't touch. All of a sudden she stops singing. She turns and she looks at him and she goes, "Oh, do you remember? We used to have a cabin and we played games." And he goes, "We did." And he started crying. And she goes, "Oh, I loved playing games at the cabin." He got me aside later and he goes, "She hasn't spoken to me in 2 years."
That's where a place like the Game Board is so powerful, because you go in there and sit down and play together and maybe exercise our brains for a second, but let's just laugh our butts off while we do it.
Just be there in the moment.